Hello, I'm Mike Catherine. We are going to just cover a few cane position basics and some movement basics for a very preliminary introduction to using the cane as a weapon. So first off, make sure that you stretch out and limber up before you use your cane. There are a number of basic stretches that you can do to help your body get ready for more aggressive movements. One of the best is to find the balance point of the cane with one hand and just rotate your wrist as far as is comfortable. 15-20 on one side, then float it over 15-20 on the other side. Once you get warmed up, you can pass the cane back and forth between your hands. It stretches upward on both wrists. It's also not a bad idea to hold the cane behind your hips, feet about shoulder width apart, and to twist your torso, heels, knees, thighs, gently loosen. And from there, keeping your hands forward, you can stretch the cane up over your head. This might be too tight of a stretch for you. The further apart your hands are, the easier you'll find this stretch. So if you can't get both hands to go, try moving your hands apart. If you find yourself at the ends of your cane and still can't do it, it is possible to do one side and then the other. If you do that, make sure to work one side up first and then the other side and back down. It's also not a bad idea just to do some wrist and neck stretches without your weapon. Let's start about basic posture. To hold the cane in a combative attitude, it's best to have the horn and crook pointed towards you so that when you bring the cane to bear, you're holding it more like a fencing weapon or a club. There are maneuvers you can do with the horn pointing away, but when you come into position, you don't have very far to go with this hand, and sweat and a looseness of grip can make the hook a little bit of a less stable grip than holding onto the haft of the cane where you have more length. So let's just work on the kick up into the fence. So this is a basic defensive posture. It's designed to let the person across from you know that you don't intend to be taken advantage of, while at the same time letting the people around you know that you aren't picking a fight. So the movement signals both to your attacker and to any bystanders or spectators that you are on the defense. So should the situation escalate and you do come to blows or strikes, witnesses are more likely to be on your side. So it's a basic maneuver, keeping the cane sort of in front of your strong side. So if you're right-handed or left-handed, right hand and foot forward on the same side, sort of a European fencing style posture. And you snag the base of the cane with the inside of your front foot. Keep your other hand out in front of your hip and just whip the cane up into your grip. I closed my hand too soon there. So you want to get to your palm and then brace the cane out in front of you like so. This is a fence. It's a term we use in self-defense. Right, you're creating a barrier between yourself and your attacker. Notice my hands are open. I'm still squeezing the cane pretty securely with my thumb and palms in case I do need to grab it and change into an attack posture. But generally speaking, fingers up, hands up, right? Cane between you and the attacker shows everybody else in the room that you are on the defense. As you do this, it's also a good idea to move back rather than towards your attacker, creating more space. And use your voice to attract whatever attention you can from anyone who might be in the vicinity. So as you pop the cane up, say, back off, look, let's just talk about it, so that it's clear that you are on the defense. Now, should you need to go into a more aggressive posture, right, close your hands so that you have better control of the cane. And if your cane is light enough, if you have a light rattan cane, this one's hickory, so it's a little heavier, or blackwood, blackthorn, you can just pop the cane up with your hand and not worry about that foot kick. But the foot kick, gives it a little bit more velocity, right? And as you can see, it takes some degree of concentration. When I let my focus get distracted, I'm less likely to get it into my hand. So creating the fence, bang the cane, let it come up to the other hand, fingers up, move back, and create the voice and space you need for your safety. From here, we can also move into a number of defensive postures. From this position, right, bring the cane up, you can just use it as a sweep. It's best to have the side that you are sweeping toward be the low hand. So if my attacker has a stick or a knife, he has a knife, get way back, right? You can sweep in that direction as you back up to create space. And the side I go toward is my low side. So if I'm moving from my right to my left, I keep my left elbow down and close. If I move from my left to my right, I keep my right elbow down and close. Doesn't have to be this way. You can do whatever you need to do to keep your aggressors away, but having your hands in this position opens up more possibilities for powerful strikes. Or if I'm here, I have a little bit more limitation on what I can do. I can still come up with the hook or spin in or step away and strike here. There's a little less energy and velocity in the cane when I come from that opposite grip. So, let's run through it once more. We have the fence, pop it up, get back, create space. If the situation intensifies, close your hands on the cane to make sure that you have a secure grip, and you can start thinking about creating defensive postures. It's always a good idea, once you move into a combative attitude, to keep one hip back, one shoulder slightly back, minimizing the front of your body in case anything gets through. So as I move, I try to stay sideways. And these are just steps and postures that you can practice to get used to the way the cane feels. All right, I hope you find that useful. There'll be more videos detailing more advanced techniques to come.